All right, ma'am, at this time, there are two deputies standing behind you, and at this time, I'm going to remand you into the custody of the Warren County Sheriffs for purposes of transporting you to the Department of Corrections. Are you pregnant or anything, ma'am? All right. Case number 25CR42424, the State of Ohio versus Erica O'Kear. Ms. O'Kear is before the...
All right, ma'am. At this time, there are two deputies standing behind you. I'm remanding you into the custody of the Warren County Sheriff's Office for transport to the Department of Corrections. The court has carefully reviewed the case, your statements, and the agreed recommendation. I appreciate the responsibility you've taken for your actions. The sentence of 18 months will be imposed, with the possibility of judicial release after 6 months if you continue to follow the rules. Today, after reviewing your progress, the court grants your motion for judicial release. Continue your recovery, obey the conditions of supervision, and I wish you the best moving forward.
And thereafter, we would ask the court impose that. My understanding is that there is no restitution request, and we would just ask for the mandatory minimum penalties on the OVI as far as the fine goes.
All right.
We did file a sentencing memorandum. I think that conveys to the court that, at least in my history of practice, I have never had a client so remorseful from the outset and so proactive in changing herself and rectifying the situation or situations that caused her to be before this court. We will submit an application for judicial release at the appropriate time, and I hope the court does look favorably upon it. She is not someone that you haven't had any problems with her pretrial. You won't have any post-sentence as well.
All right, thank you. Ms. O'Kear, is there anything you'd like to say?
Your Honor, thank you for allowing me to speak. I take full responsibility for the accident and the pain I caused. There isn't a single day that passes without thinking about the victim and her family. I've been sober for more than 428 days, completed recovery programs, attend meetings regularly, and dedicate my life to helping others in recovery. I'm asking the court for grace and mercy so I can continue proving through my actions that I've changed and be there for my children and granddaughter.
By thinking about the victim that I had, in fact, she was actually the age of my oldest daughter. So I can only imagine what she was going through, what her family went through, and I am truly very sorry. And I know that I have to show that in action, and I've done that. I've been sober for 428 days today. And I have been through every program possible for recovery. I have 2 sponsees currently right now. I have a sponsor. My sponsor has a sponsor. I attend weekly meetings. I've done 90 plus 90, even more than that. I go 3 times a day sometimes. So I have truly am in recovery, and the only thing that I'm asking the court today is that they have grace and mercy, and I realize I signed a plea bargain, but grace and mercy for the sake of my children and my granddaughter, and the fact that I'm just trying to show them in action. They now have their mother back, and that means a lot to me. And so, my due process, my faith has been restored. I'm touching lives of others, and I'm just committed to this sober life. And as you work towards my sentencing, I do, like I said, take full responsibility. And I realize, and I tell my children this, every decision that you make, there's always an action or consequence behind it. And this has truly been a learning experience for me and a learning experience for my family. And so, I just want to continue being a member of the community and allowing what I have learned to be able to help the next one. And at the time, I was a very sick person. I know my alcohol levels were out of whack, off the chart. I understand that, but I was taking some medicine that was subscribed, which played a big part, and also being a gastric bypass patient. So, my judgment was very much taken from all of that.
So, Kier, you certainly are not the type of person that we typically see here, nor that we expect to see here. I do appreciate your insight I will say as well that Mr. Cicero has done an excellent job on your behalf. I typically don't comment on that, but to get the prosecutor to agree to remove this from a mandatory prison sentence. Now, I understand that's still part of the agreed sentence, but 6 months is better than 24 months or 36 months. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you have to recognize that, but I do appreciate you taking responsibility, accountability, and I agree with you 100%. Every decision that you make in life has consequences. Good decisions have good consequences. Bad decisions have bad consequences, and sometimes it takes something tragic to happen for us to recognize that. But I do appreciate your insight. The court has considered the statements made here today, pre-sentence investigation, the purposes and the principles of sentencing, the relevant seriousness and recidivism factors. The court has considered the agreed recommended sentence of the parties and finds it to be an appropriate sentence. So I'm going to order you to serve 18 months in the Department of Corrections. You have on that count 1, on count 2, the OVI, I'm going to order you to serve 180 days in the Warren County Jail. That to be served concurrent with the 18 months. You have 3 days jail time credit so far. On the OVI, there is a 5-year operator's license suspension, which I am imposing. That 5-year suspension will be effective as of today, 1/21/26. There is a $375 fine on the OVI charge, which I do not have the authority to waive in any manner. So I am going to assess that fine against you. Other than that fine, the court's going to find that you're indigent for the purposes of other fines, costs, financial sanctions. There is no restitution requested. Now, you're also subject to a discretionary period of post-release control, which only comes into play if you serve out your 18-month sentence. What that means is that when you are released at the end of that sentence, the Adult Parole Authority may choose to supervise you for up to 2 years. If you violate those rules of supervision, the Adult Parole Authority can return you to prison for up to 1/2 this court's original sentence. If your violation is that you commit another felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer, and that time would run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. Now, there may be opportunities for you to receive up to 1 day per month for participating in certain education, vocation, or other programs that are sponsored by the Department of Corrections. You do have a right to appeal the court's decision of your sentence to the 12th District Court of Appeals. If you want to appeal, you must file your notice of appeal within 30 days of today's date. If you can't afford to pay for the transcript or anything necessary for your appeal, that can be provided to you at no cost. If you cannot afford an attorney, I will appoint one for you at no cost. Now, final word, I have committed myself to granting you judicial release after you've served 6 months. Mr. Cicero is aware of that time frame and when he's going to file his motion for consideration. It'll be in a 2-step process. The first step, it'll be set for a conference with me. And the reason that we do that is if I'm inclined to decline it or deny it, if I bring you back from prison and I deny it, you cannot file it again. So we typically do not bring people back at that first conference. Mr. Cicero is aware of this. Then if I indicate to him that I'm going to grant it, we will then transport you back, and you at that point in time will not be going back to prison. The only thing I ask is that you have no infractions while you are incarcerated. Okay, so follow the rules of the institution where you're at. I'm not going to commit to any type of treatment options at this point in time because I think it's best to wait and see where you are in 6 months to determine what level of care may be necessary. Okay, make sense to you?
Yes.
Any questions for me?
No.
Ms. Tranter, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Cicero?
No, thank you, Judge.
All right, ma'am, at this time, there are 2 deputies standing behind you, and at this time, I'm going to remand you into the custody of the Warren County Sheriffs for purposes of transporting you to the Department of Corrections. Are you pregnant or anything, ma'am?
No.
All right, I only ask you that for their protection because they have certain requirements if a young lady is pregnant with regard to how they take you into custody, okay? So at this time, Deputy Rhodes is standing directly behind you. Thank you. Good luck to you. I'll see you in 6 months. CR 42424, the State of Ohio versus Erica O'Keefe. Ms. O'Keefe is before the court with her counsel, Mr. Cicero, Ms. Tranter, on behalf of the State of Ohio. We're here on defendant's motion for judicial release. Mr. Cicero, anything on behalf of this, of your client?
Judge, I think I put everything in our motion for judicial release, and I'm not really sure I've ever had a client who's gone as far as she has to reform her life and prevent something like this from happening again.
Ms. Tranter, anything on behalf of the state?
Your Honor, the parties have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation, and the victim has agreed for sentencing to proceed today. We respectfully ask the court to accept the agreed recommendation of 18 months with eligibility for judicial release after 6 months. In all my years of practice, I have never represented a client who has shown this level of remorse and commitment to changing her life. Everything we wish to present is included in our motion for judicial release, and we believe she has truly transformed herself.
Or marijuana, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. The court will order you to successfully complete substance use disorder treatment and mental health treatment. I'm going to place you on a sober link today for a period of 60 days just to kind of ease you back into this. And obviously that's something to monitor your alcohol intake, okay? Looks like you have 3 days jail time credit and 173 days prison time credit, so it's at 176 total. Do you have any questions for me?
No, but thank you.
I hope we've gotten the message across, but good luck to you. When you're released, they bring her over here to put the sober link on her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so you'll be back over here today to meet with your probation officer, okay? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.